Good evening, guys. Got us a new little project. It's a Enduro overhead valve Tecumseh engine on a Generac 3000 watt generator. Don't know anything about it. It was on Facebook Marketplace for a steal as a mechanic special. It's a mechanic special because, well, apparently whoever had it broke the spigot of the tank. I don't know if that's why it stopped getting used, or if that was just a, hey, I'm trying to fix it, and they messed it all up. It's also missing the air intake for the filter. But that's where we're at so far. I've gotten to do basically nothing to it. I pulled it over once or twice and I checked on a couple parts. The tank is available, I think it's like 15 bucks, and the air cleaner is about 20 bucks. So if everything else on it works out, I could be 80 bucks into a pretty solid little generator. It's not overly heavy. I don't necessarily want to carry it everywhere. I could put some wheels on it. But I figured to bring you guys along and we'll dig into it, see if it's good, bad, and different. See if it runs, if it doesn't. Kind of looks like that's a new spark plug, but we'll find out. One thing I did do is I did pull off the, pull out the dipstick. I don't know if you can see it up there, but it's about up to here, and the fill line's right there. So it's over full on oil. Not the end of the world, but just something that I noted. So, I don't know. I guess we'll dive into it, see what we can find out tonight. It'll probably be a two-part project. I'll probably try to make sure A, it runs, and get it running tonight. And if it does run, we'll get some parts ordered, get it cleaned up, get it put back together, and probably try to find a way to put some wheels on it next week. First thing first, let's see if it has spark. If it has spark, let's see. Equipped with low oil shutdown. Light will flash upon automatic shutdown. Español de la Goo. Alright, let's see. Yep. It's got good spark. Let's do the fun stuff. Put a little bit in the spark plug. I've been all over the place today. Got the rider put back together and it's ready to go now. Oh, there it is. It's going to be the wrong size, so it doesn't even care about that. We basically just got everything ready as the weather has continued to warm up for the most part. My grass has already started growing, so it's only the last week of March. Shouldn't be growing yet, but Indiana weather, it's, hey, summertime. Nope, joke, it's wintertime. Doesn't know what time of year it is. Alright. Don't need a ratchet, just use a wrench. Yeah, so upon further inspection, I think it is a new spark plug. That gives me some worry. Doesn't look like there's any carbon on that thing at all. I guess I want to make sure this thing is sparking. Let's see if you can see that. It's sparking. All right. Well, do like musty and just see if it'll fire off for us. Oh, she's got a long stroke. Alright. Let's go ahead and throw a light over here and see if it'll turn it on. Kind of sounds like it's not got good compression, doesn't it? Like it's not a solid pop. All right. Both going up and down. They don't look horrible. Let's see what light shows us. So the exhaust one, a little bit of carbon buildup around it, but I'm sure that's not necessarily uncommon. Alright. So it has spark. Valves are not stuck. It doesn't appear to be a valve issue. Also don't claim to be an expert, so maybe. I guess next we'll just look and make sure the piston moves up and down. Sounds like it is. All right. I'll let you guys visually observe that it is moving up and down. More gas. Wouldn't think it would take too much. It's getting spark. Sounds like it wants to go. Why won't you just start? It did sound like it, right? I'm not crazy. Oh, it's wet. And not clean. Let's see what you can see of this. A lot of that floating stuff down in there, that was not there when I started. Don't get me wrong, there was some dirt in here, but not near that much, so. Can't see anything through the main jet. Oh, my little bowl's got a hole in it. I see a little bit of light, but not very much. So I let the carb run 2 or 3 times. It's been, I don't know, I let it run that night and the next day 2 or 3 times. It's probably been about 4 or 5 days. I pulled it out, and all in all, it didn't look too bad. But after I pulled it out and saw some issues, I went to try to disassemble it a little bit more, and well, let's see if you can see that. Right there. Yeah. So the hole for the pin for the float snapped off. There's a couple other little things. The primer bulb had pretty much rotted away, so I was probably going to need to replace a couple parts anyway. All in all, she didn't look too bad, but I don't think it was going to be the end of the world. Yeah, it does not want to focus on anything right there, does it? So a little crusty. Probably would have worked had that not failed. But this is the real end all be all. See if you can tell. Oh, you can't see from there. Yep. Alright, we'll bring in the big guns. Oh. Yeah, do you see the left side there? It's got light shining through the bowl. I bet water or gas could go right through there. So yeah, the bowl looks like it had already had a rough life. Let's see if it'll actually focus for you. Yeah, you see all the dings and dongs and scratches and scrapes on it. So I don't know if we're the cause of that, but while it was running in the ultrasonic, I did have the, I don't know, idle jet. I believe that's the idle jet. Either the high speed or idle. One of the jets was sitting in there with these screws. Potentially, them bouncing back and forth with the ultrasonic is what did it. I'll have to pay attention if I ever do it again and see if I ever have the same kind of result. So anyways, I'll save this carb. There'll be some good pieces on it. The rubber seal for the bowl didn't feel too bad. Didn't feel great, but it still got some rubbery to it, and jets and stuff, screws, needles, seats. You know, just some parts. But that's where we're at there. I'm going to dive into the generator itself. One of the big things I want to look at, 3 of the big things. One, I want to look at just the valve adjustment. It looked like it was a pretty large gap, so I want to see if that is potentially the issue. So readjust those. I looked up some specs on the internet. It looks like it's either 3 thousandths or 4 thousandths. There's a couple other engines that were very similar, and they were all right in line with each other, so we'll try it, see if we adjust it, see if it makes a difference. I also want to take the flywheel cover off and give that thing a look over. Potentially see if maybe the flywheel skipped a little bit, sheared off the key, because we did have that backfire. That was the only thing we got out of it, was a little bit of a backfire. Other thing is, with the flywheel cover off, I could hook up a drill and just crank it a little bit and not have to pull on it and be out of breath and tired. I don't want to do that. It's too much work. Alright. It'll come back. It's right there. Alright. Those down. With this. Don't remember if I showed you guys, but come on, focus. Look at how new that thing is. It doesn't even have any carbon on it. I'll be surprised if this thing ever ran with the spark plug. But it does spark, so makes me wonder how many people have already tried to fix it. My 4,000 feeler gauge. Let's make sure we are at top dead center. Alright, well that one's loose. Where's my feeler gauge? There's no drag on that. Alright. Okay. Let's do a little spritzer of the gasoline. Just for fun. Because that's what we're here for. Just to make this thing sparky spark. Alright. Still got the light hooked up, so we'll see if that gets any light. Can't see that. Zoom out a little bit. Yeah, so over here. Let you see if it gets any light. Step around you and give her a couple pulls. We'll see if she fires off or not. Just want to know there's life before I spend any money on it, you know? Oh no! I guess we are taking it off tonight. It sounded like it wanted to go, right? It was given a little bit better puff, puff, puff. Alright. Oh no. Alright. Alright. So that's what's left of our pull string. So basically what you have to do is you have to wind it up 3, 4, maybe 5 times, depending on how long your pull string is. And then what you got to do, so my pull string hole is right here, and where it ties in is right where this, oh, I wiped everything off of that. So right there, what you need to do is you need to stick something through that'll hold it from recoiling. And what you do, take your string that you just snapped off, or your brand new one, you know, whatever it happens to be. You give it a nice clean cut. The tighter and cleaner the cut, the easier it'll be. If you have a lighter or some kind of flame, if you just give it a little melt, it'll keep it from fraying while you're trying to shove it through. Just come down here and just melt the tip of it just a little bit, just so those strings don't come all out. And then this is going to be the best part. If you have some tiny needle nose pliers, right now would be the time to grab them. Our screwdriver's still through there. We're going to feed it through here. Alright. What we're going to do is we're going to try to grab a piece of it. Let's see if I can get some light over here. The easiest way to do this is have all new and shove it back through the other way, but I want to reuse what I can. See if I can let you guys see and myself see. So just take it a little bit at a time. Boom. And then once you have a piece of it through, take it, just knot it up. Make sure it's a nice, good knot, not too close to the end, but you don't want a big stubby. Alright. Alright. Then you pull this taut, and kind of pull that out, and you let go of the string. If you put enough tension on it, it should pull all the way back in. That's how you save yourself a super headache, because it's really annoying when those things don't want to work for you. And we'll just let that sit up there out of the way. Alright, so while it's off, I feel better about it now that I know the valves are correct. So I'm going to hook up my drill. Nope, not right there. Put a bigger battery on it. Tear up the I need one of those things Musty has. Alright, one more go. Ooh! You heard it, right? I'm not crazy. Maybe it needs more gas than I was giving it. Wish I had a carb for it. That'd sure be cool. I hadn't roasted it. I think it was already damaged, but we'll say it might have been me. Alright. Crank that up. Tighten that down. Just want them to run for a couple seconds, guys. Just a couple seconds. That was it. That was it running on its own. While we got this open, let's go ahead and give it a spray down and a wipe out, just for funsies. I do have super cool refillable pressed air sprayer. Let's put my WD-40 in. I can get a gallon of WD-40 for like 20 or 30 bucks, and the cans for like 8 ounces. I think they're up to like $13. Maybe even less than 12 ounces. Can't remember, but it's not good. It's not affordable. I spent, I think, 25 bucks on that refillable can, and I fill it up, I don't know, 5 times, and I've pretty much paid for itself. Since my drill isn't strong enough, I'm just going to put the cover back on. We'll give it a few more pulls and see if we can make any magic happen before I get too tired and give up. Here. Move it over here so you can see A, it's sparking, B, I'm not in your way, and C, turn this off so you can actually see if the other light comes on or not. Alright. Probably excessive, but that's okay. It's all connected. Let's see if we get anything out of it. You hear that, right? One more go. Alright. You hear that? All right, I'm not crazy. It's almost like the governor's set up the wrong way. Oh my goodness. I didn't even think about the governor. Oh my goodness. It looks like it to me, the untrained eye, thinking there should be a spring somewhere for it. That looks right. Of course, I didn't take a picture down below, so I can't tell if there's a spring. Let's see if you can see back here. So you see down here, let's see if you can zoom in a little bit. Yeah. Down here, it almost looks like there's supposed to be a spot for a spring. Get the fat hand out of the way. Yeah. Here. Move it from the top. Yeah. Almost looks like there should be a spring from there to here. Does it not? Because that looks like a quick adjustment for a governor spring. Guess I need to get on the parts diagram a little bit better. See if that's missing, because it definitely looks like it. It's been probably 2 weeks since last time I touched this thing, just waiting on parts. So the biggest thing was this governor spring, because I noticed, let me see how much you can see here. There's carb. So we got a carb governor spring, because this thing here, let's see if you can zoom in and see. Yeah. So there was no spring right here. I just grabbed a random one. You're not going to believe this. Nope, it's a little shorter. But it's pretty dang close. I wonder what it'll look like if I take all the tension off of it. We already know it will fire, because we had the couple backfires and such. Yep, Leo, you're going to be in the picture. I already know it. Go lay down. It's going to get loud in here if this thing starts, buddy. Look out. Go. Go. Yeah, that fuel hose is not going to stay there. So, apparently my camera decided to stop recording roughly the time I got it running. We'll go back through the video and see. Because you may have actually missed me. Get it started. I just poured a little bit of gas straight into the cylinder. After I put it in the cylinder, it started pulling from the carb, so it just needed that little bit to get started. We'll check hertz, check power output, make sure it's close. We'll give it an oil change, we'll give it a good clean down, and we'll go from there. I think it will be a worthy project for us. It's a lot lighter than the other generator I have, so it'll be easier to get into and out of jobs. And it might just be worth throwing in the back of the truck when I'm going to do projects. So that's what I was looking for. Alright, that'll be all for this week. Don't know when I'll get all these parts in for it to finish putting it together, clean it up, but I'm pretty happy with the results where we're at. That governor spring was probably the biggest issue we had. I mean, the carb wasn't great, but not great at all. But it was free at least. Everything on it was crusty, but it was free. Alright, that's going to be it for tonight. I'll bring you guys back when I get the rest of the parts. We'll give it a good cleaning and put it back together properly. Probably put some wheels on it so it's quick and easy to move. Alright guys, I thank you for hanging out. I'll bring you back for the next one.